6 months ago, Scott Barnes, JLo's longtime makeup artist, broke the internet with his use of Aquaphor lip balm treatment under the eyes, especially on mature clients. Does this still hold up today? Or is there something better than a lip product under your eyes? I'm glad you're here. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Michelle Spieler. I'm a 30-year pro makeup artist. I'm 57 years old. I'm the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, and I'm chatty. So I'm gonna be short today. I'm gonna be brief today because it is college application week, and this has been a very stressful week. This has been a very chaotic house, and I'm just gonna make this short and sweet today. I'm so happy you're here. But I wanted to talk about Aquaphor and what I've learned, okay? I've learned some interesting things. So when Scott Barnes was using this under the eyes, the 30-year pro in me was like, why a lip product? Because lip products are typically approved for use on lips, but usually lip products are not approved for use on eyes. Even when I worked in retail back in the 90s, when I worked with MAC, they always said, you can put eye products on lips and you're probably okay, but never put lip products on eyes because it can cause a lot of problems. It's not ophthalmologist tested. It's not FDA approved. So I immediately never bought this. A lot of people did. What I did is I knew I had a big old jar of Aquaphor because I was slugging back when slugging was popular. And I liked that it's hard packed. And so I already had it. So I started using this right away. And I have used Aquaphor under my eyes and in areas where I have more texture, like the parentheses, the pores around my nose and under my eyes since he did that video, April, May, somewhere around there. I love it. You see me use it in all my videos. Then for kicks and giggles, I thought, oh, the balm is kind of like the lip product. It's just a little bit bigger. So we're gonna break down the ingredients because I was shocked to find how different the ingredients are in all three of these. And then I'm gonna tell you what my favorite product is and what I might be switching to, okay? So let's break down. Now, real quick, the reason this works so well under the eyes is because it's an occlusive, and an occlusive not only locks in your skincare, but it kind of floats on the surface. So if you put any type of concealer, foundation, anything over it, that floats on top of this, and this floats on the skin, and it just creates the most beautiful smooth surface, and you get less creasing. If you do get creasing, let me look in my close-up magnification mirror. Yeah, I see a tiny bit of creasing. So I would just take my finger and pat it out. And sometimes the creasing could be maybe I was a little heavy-handed with my concealer, but that's all I do. I take a ring finger or my pinky finger, I just press it back out, and voila, we are in shape. There's nothing missing. It didn't remove product. It just kind of smooths it all back out, okay? Let's break down the ingredients because this is the really important part of the video. Okay, so I knew that my Aquaphor in the tub did have petrolatum or petroleum jelly, but it did have petrolatum, and that was the main ingredient. In fact, when you think about it, most people think this is all petrolatum, but it's not. So I went on to the Aquaphor website, I did a screenshot of the lip treatment, and there's no petrolatum anywhere in this lip treatment, nothing. And I thought, well, then why is Scott Barnes using this? There's no petrolatum, there's no petroleum jelly. It has this product called dodecanol. Okay, it's an emulsifier and it's safe for the eyes. I broke down all these ingredients. It has castor oil, safe for the eyes. It has beeswax, safe for the eyes. It has shea butter, sunflower, panthenol, dimethicone, vitamin C, and vitamin E for preservatives. So it's a pretty great ingredient. EWG, for those of you who like clean beauty, EWG gives us a 1, or I think, you know, most of it a 1. But I was surprised it didn't have any petrolatum jelly in it. But when I saw dimethicone, I thought, oh, that's why he uses this, because it creates a beautiful silicone under the eye. And again, things can kind of float on top of it. Silicone also can be long wearing. It can help things stay in place. So there you go. That is why he uses this. Okay, so you can see the jar here. We have 41% petrolatum. And so that's why I think I loved the jar the most. But we also have mineral oil. We have lanolin alcohol. I don't know how much you know, but lanolin is, it causes sensitivity. Some people are allergic to it. Some people it causes sensitivity. And also lanolin can be comedogenic. There's also panthenol glycerin and the bisabolol, or bisabolol, I don't know how to say it, but this has it as well, the lip balm. The lip balm also has a different ingredient called diglycerol poly blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's a long, long word, but it's an alternative to lanolin. So if you are allergic to lanolin and you don't want anything comedogenic, the lip balm is good. But remember, the lip balm has no petrolatum, it just has dimethicone, which is silicone. Okay, so if you have any problems with lanolin, the jar might not be for you. Okay, so here we go. Now we have the healing balm, which is not meant for lips. This is just the healing balm. And it does have less petrolatum. It has 30%. And remember, this is more of a solid form balm. So I'm imagining they have to put different ingredients to keep it nice and solid. So this product has the 30% petrolatum. It has triglyceride, something, avocado oil. It has microcrystalline wax. It has beeswax, shea butter, panthenol glycerin, and the bisabolol, or whatever that is. So again, this is super clean, super safe, and there is no lanolin in this one that I saw, okay? But what I noticed is one day I did this under one eye and I did the lip balm under the other eye. Okay, so remember that. I did a side-by-side comparison all day, like 8-9 hours. This under this eye, this under this eye. Then I did it the next day and I did this under this eye and I kept the lip balm under only one eye. And guess what happened? I got amelia. In 2 days of using this, I got amelia. I'm not exactly sure why, but I got amelia right here. So you can't see it too badly, but I'll take this orange stick because I have makeup and I have the lip balm again under this eye. So third day in a row I'm wearing the lip balm. It's right here, and I'm gonna zoom in so maybe y'all can see it, but it's right here. There's a little milia, and if you didn't know, I did a whole video on how to get rid of milia at home. You do not have to go to the doctor. I didn't have money for 10 years. We had terrible insurance. I had to learn how to get rid of milia on my own. I might get one a year. It's always around the eye, but go see that video. I'll link it. Okay, but I do have a little milia right here. And then remember how I just patted my finger? I patted my concealer out a few minutes ago. It's already creasing again. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe I was a little heavy-handed, because I'm being really honest when I said at the end of the day, I really did love how the lip balm looked under the eye, but then I got milia and I'm like, oh, hell no, we're not promoting milia. So watch what I found that works better than anything. Good old-fashioned Vaseline. Who grew up with Vaseline, petroleum jelly, petrolatum, whatever you want to call it? Scores of 1 on ewg.org. Who grew up with this? We all did. Nobody knew what Aquaphor was. We all grew up with Vaseline. Okay, here's what I loved about Vaseline. When Scott Barnes did this, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, that's right. Marilyn Monroe and a lot of starlets in Hollywood wore this as their primer, especially back when foundations in the film industry were very more thick and chalky, like Max Factor. They wore this as their primer. And so I ran to the store today to get this. And then I ran to their website and look at what the ingredients are. Right here. Petrolatum, 100%. That's it. Petrolatum, 100%. Also, They have the NEA. This is the National Eczema Association seal of approval. I know that that is a lengthy process. It's expensive to get for a lot of different reasons because you put their logo on your website, and it lets people with eczema and sensitive skin know that this is completely safe for sensitive skin and eczema. And the reason I know this is because One Skin, the brand I work with so much, they just got their seal of approval. It's also dermatologically tested, okay? None of this is on the Aquaphor website. We're gonna get to this in a minute, but I had some of you reach out when I did my whole thing on are lasers safe and what do you really know about these lasers and microneedling and Morpheus, and a bunch of you reached out. And one conversation I had with some people in the medical community, professional dermatology, is from the time people enter pre-med law school, pre-med, not law school, medical school, by the time people are entering medical school, Aquaphor, Cetaphil, and CeraVe are funding all of it. I don't know why I'm looking over here. They're funding all of it. So these kids in medical school, all they know is Aquaphor, Cetaphil, CeraVe. They fund everything. They give you ample amounts. They show you ample studies. You are indoctrinated with Aquaphor, Cetaphil, CeraVe. Now, nothing's wrong with these brands. They're all great brands, but how did we get so far away from Vaseline? I'll tell you how. Aquaphor showed up. Aquaphor, they're everywhere. I went to the drugstore. Aquaphor was up and down the beauty aisles in many different sections. I had to go find someone and ask where the Vaseline was. That's why we all got off Vaseline. So I came home, I put it under my eyes. I even did my crow's feet. I did my pores in my nose. I did the parentheses. So Vaseline is on this side and the lip treatment is on this side. And you've already seen how many times I've had to pat this out. It looks pretty good right now though. But this has been on for quite a while. I have zero creasing, zero. I'm gonna zoom in for you because I want you to see I have zero creasing. And I noticed when I was up doing my hair that when I smile, my crow's feet on this side seem softer than this side. These seem a little bit more crinkly and sharper. And that's because I have Vaseline right here. I powdered over it. I took a big brush and I went around my face several times with the big brush. So I put powder over it, but doggone it, y'all, this Vaseline is so pretty. And that makes sense why they used it in Hollywood. Top makeup artist in Hollywood used Vaseline for many, many years on Doris Day, on Marilyn Monroe, on Elizabeth Taylor, on all the big starlets. How did we get so far away from it? Enter Aquaphor, Cetaphil, CeraVe. They came to play in medical schools and they started funding. They're like the big pharma groups who came in and completely changed the game in skincare. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Aquaphor. There's nothing wrong with CeraVe. I love some CeraVe products. Cetaphil I've never been a huge fan of, but ever since the 90s when I was in retail, everyone preached Cetaphil. Cetaphil, Cetaphil, and I couldn't figure it out. And now I get it. It's all funded. They're funding all the doctors. They're giving them all the free samples in clinic, in their offices, in all of their studies. Oh, you have a research you want to do on skin? We'll fund it. You know what I mean? They're bedfellows, if you know what I'm saying. But when I saw how beautiful this was, I love it. Now, you can still use Aquaphor for slugging, or if you have really dry patches anywhere, you can still use Aquaphor. I'm not ditching it. I love Aquaphor, especially this big one in the jar, because now I know it's 41% petrolatum. But if that's 41% and this is 100%, why wouldn't I want to use this? And it's not creasing. It's like it floats more. And so it just looks more beautiful under makeup and it doesn't crease. So I don't know why Scott Barnes was using this, but this is a no for me. I mean, it's great for lips. I'll keep it next to my nightstand, you know, when it starts getting cold and the central heat is on and it sucks all the moisture out of our face. 100%, it's gorgeous. Okay, if you went out and bought this because of me, it's okay. Winter's coming up. You can use it all over your body, your face. It's fine. And you don't even need this big jug. This was like $6.99. It's going to take me a whole lifetime to use this. Go get a little one, but make sure it's the original jelly. You want the original jelly. No scented, no cocoa butter, nothing that says for body too. You just want the good old-fashioned Vaseline jelly. Okay, I'd love to hear your Vaseline stories. We all used it growing up, and I'm telling you, I have had this on much of the day, and I just cannot get over how beautiful the Vaseline is. So this is it. This is the winner. This is my new one. I'll keep you updated if I develop any milia on this side, but I never developed milia using Aquaphor every single day since May. Not one milia, except for the lip balm, 2 days of lip balm, and I got a milia. So I think this is going to be great. It's totally safe, non-comedogenic, scores a 1 on ewg.org. Developed in 1800s, but I'm glad you got to see this today and hear it firsthand. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week, and I just want you to know I just love you. Thank you for, being a part of the Look Good Close-Up Club. If you don't know what that means, if you subscribe, if you like, if you engage, if you get to know people in comments, you are part of the Look Good Close-Up Club. We don't do social media makeup here. We want to look good really close up and in person. That's important to all of us, okay? I love you. God loves you, and I'll see you next week.